you mentioned a few things here. So obviously, like in the pet dog world, like a lot of the reason why I see a lot of like higher level trainers like branch into the working dog stuff is because the pet dog world can get very stagnant sometimes. You know, like it's when you get into the basic training of them, because nothing has to be super complex or anything. I think you can easily fall into this rut where it becomes like so mindless. Like I'll even catch myself sometimes if I have like a couple
Yeah.
months where I'm doing more lessons than others, where I could tell like I'm just going through this like routine. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
totally get that. So how do you? So the working dog aspect kind of scratches that itch for you, of continuing to learn and stuff. But what do you think is something that like you found yourself doing that keeps your drive for the pet dog stuff? Because that obviously is what I'm assuming is like paying the bills and stuff, and obviously the aspect of like helping owners and stuff is a big part of the dog training. How do you keep that drive for that stuff as opposed to getting too far into what I see a lot of working dog people or like crossover trainers or whatever you want to call it do, of like they just go all out with the working dog stuff and get a little jaded with the pet dog stuff.
Um, well, I don't know. I guess what comes to my head first is I before I got I knew I wanted to get a Malinois for a long time. I didn't want to get one when I was even if I even had a single thought that I wasn't prepared enough
Sure.
because I'm now that I have a Malinois, I'm like, gosh, how did I live without one for so long? But if I 2 years ago even if because I've been preparing hard for it, if
Mm-hmm.
I even 2 years ago got one, I would have been screwed. Like it wouldn't have been as fun because it takes really being prepared. I know I would have like been so frustrated, but um, when I started getting some of the first pet trainers I kind of learned from, they were like, oh, that fancy stuff is useless, which I know pet dogs don't need fancy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Some pet owners don't want it. And so I didn't even look at it. So I guess, where am I going? So I started with all of the pet dogs, seeing how far, even though the owners didn't really want, they didn't need focused healing or didn't need quick downs and all of that stuff. I started practicing with every single client dog that I had. How far can I get this dog to be when it comes to precision
Mm-hmm.
and active working? And because I know, like back in the day with Sage, I got her at 2 weeks old. Like you saw, and genetic wise, she's not well, and she's probably one of the biggest. Even though I didn't become a dog trainer because I was looking for help from her, she was a freaking. She's still like the best worst dog I've ever worked with, and so but she also has lots of. Anyway, so I kind of had the mindset that I don't like now that people have of it's all in how you raise them. Like I can make this beagle an IPO Shih Tzu or a French ring dog. I had that kind of mindset with Sage. So I was like, I can take her and do all of this stuff with
Yeah.
her that anybody can do with a Malinois. I thought that, like, I really, really thought that. So I worked really hard and I think we all, before we became dog trainers, had those thoughts that we try to help pet owners not have now. A lot of different little thoughts. So I was always working really hard to get, I had that mindset of I can take this dog as far as you can take your Malinois, blah, blah, blah. I know we can't now today, but I still kept up with trying. And so I guess the answer to the question is of keeping motivated with the pet dogs is seeing how far I can get them precision wise and pretty work, active work.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, that
Something I need to do more often is maybe take more breaks. I do work. It's only me running my business, and I do the whole work 7 months straight, no days off.
sure.
And I think that's one thing that could actually help my drive towards it. a lot better with
Sure.
the pet dogs. But I don't know. I think that's
No, I think
it's my passion is all intertwined with the pet dogs too, even with the working stuff.
Yeah.
It's